Assalamu alaikum dear students. I hope every one of you would be fine by the grace of Allah and must have taken the breakfast also and would be feeling energetic now. All you have taken the breakfast or some of you are still feeling drowsiness and sleepy and you would take your breakfast later. Good. Okay, so as you can see on your display screen, this simple present tense. So today again, we are going to discuss the same topic, simple present tense, just to give you more practice in this topic. Because last time I noticed that many of you were, those who dropped the message to me on my WhatsApp, they were confused about how to do those exercises which I gave you for more practice in simple present tense. So I decided to give you the practice for this tense, simple present tense again. Okay, as you can see, this is exercise 1 and exercise 2. These are to give you a strong grip at how to handle the negative interrogative forms of the simple present tense. Fine. But before this, I would like to share with you the some of the glimpses or some of those important points about regarding simple present tense, that what is actually simple present tense, where it is used, what is the structure for the positive negative interrogative of the simple present tense, and then we shall handle these exercises, exercise 1 and exercise 2, which I formed today for you or designed for you today to give you more practice in simple present tense. Okay. So dear student, as you can look at this slide, this is about simple present tense, the same slide which I shared you last week. I'm going to the next one, that what is the definition for the simple present tense. So the definition for the simple present tense, as I told you earlier, it is mainly used to tell us about two kinds of actions. Actions mean whatever we perform. Okay, that is called our action. What thing we perform or act, that is called word or action. So what is the what kind of action it is used for? It is used for two kinds of action. What are those actions? For a repeated action, it is used, which we call as the habit, and for a regular action, which we call as the routine. Okay, so it is used for two kinds of action. Okay, so this is the definition, that it is used for sorry for this inconvenience, that after every some minutes you are facing this inconvenience. This is due to some disruption in the network problem. Okay, so let us see or deal with the positive sentence structure of the simple present tense. What is the structure for the simple present tense? Subject in the first, and subject would be followed by the verb, then verb would be followed by the object. Like here you can see in these example, he is a subject. Okay, and plays is what? A verb. Then it is followed by the object, the match, and every day is what? Here adverb. And let me tell you, adverbs are used, certain kinds of adverbs are used into simple present tense, like every day, daily, usually, rarely, regularly, every morning, every day, so every noon. These kinds of adverbs are also used into the simple present tense. This is what? An adverb. Okay, so subject in the beginning, subject is followed by verb, and then verb is followed by object, and finally there would come what? Adverb. It is not necessary that every time you have to mention the adverb. It is up to you. Sometimes you mention it or sometimes not. Okay, this is only a choice. Adverb is only a choice. And then you must have seen that with play I have added s. Let me tell you one thing, dear students. For certain subject, which we call as the singular subject, they are followed by the singular form of the verb. Okay, they are followed by the singular form of the verb while forming the positive sentences of the simple present tense. Now plays is the singular form of verb. It is a singular verb. You must be surprised that plays is followed by s, and B teacher is saying that this is singular. Yes, this is the rule, or this is the term we use in grammar for these kinds of verb. The verbs which are followed by s or es, the root forms of the verb which are followed by s or es, they are called as the singular verb. And singular verbs are always followed by the singular subjects. What is the singular subject? He, she, it, or any singular name. They are all what? Singular subjects, and they are followed by the singular form of the verb. It means that form of the verb which has s or es with it. Okay, like you can see in the examples, the verb, the subject is singular he. It is followed by the singular form of the verb plays, then object, and then adverb. If I just take a reverse, I mean to say, if I just put here, I change the subjects here. The subjects, so far you have seen these singular subjects, but now I'm going to change the subjects. It means I'm going to write the other subjects here, some of them as giving the singular sense, but looking as singular, but they would always be followed by the plural form of the verb, like I'm going to write I here, and then I'm going to change all the subjects here. Sorry, we have to face this problem when we are taking the class at 10 o'clock mostly. So I'm going to share the screen. Now, as you can see, I'm just going to change the subjects here. Another subject, first I wrote I, now I'm going to write they. Then I would change here also. Here I'm going to write we. And plural names could also be there. Nouns, you can write here instead of names, nouns. Okay, and then we could also be followed by you. Now I have changed all the subjects. You can see on the screen that all the subjects are changed. Okay, all the subjects are changed. I, they, we, you, or plural nouns. When there are these subjects in a sentence, then we are not going to add s or es with the verb. We do not. I would write we do not add s or es with the verb. When the subjects are I, they, we, you, or plural nouns, then we do not add s or es with the verb. Okay, for example, if I change the example also, I write here I. Now what I'm going to drop here with play s. I'm going to drop s here. I would very simple write I play the match every day. Okay, though I is a subject which gives a singular sense or even looks singular, but it is always followed by the plural form of the verb. Now remember in your mind, or keep it in your mind, that play or the first form of the verb which doesn't have any s or es with it, that is called what? Plural form of verb. And when the first form of the verb has s or es with it, then we call it as what? Singular. Or even the form of the verb which is without s or es, we may call it as the infinitive or basic form of the verb also. So play is here what? Infinitive. So these subjects like I, they, we, you, or plural nouns are always followed by the infinitive form of the verb. Infinitive form of the verb means the basic form of the verb without s or es. Now if here I also change the subject, I take any of the subject from here, like we, I take we here, I write we here, okay, and then I'm going to change the verb form also. How I'm going to change it? I'm going to drop es with it. Very simple. I would turn this form of the verb into infinitive. We go to see the match daily. Okay, so how you have seen that with these subjects or with these pronouns I, they, we, you add the infinitive form of the verb, the form of the verb which doesn't have s or es with it. I hope so. Okay, this would be clear to you all. Let us move to the next slide. What is their next? Negative sentence structure. Now simple present tense negative sentence structure, like you can see, first comes subject. Subject is followed by do or does. It depends upon the subject. Okay, where the subject is I, we, you, they, Ali. Okay, Ali and Imran. It means singular nouns are there. Sorry, plural nouns are there. They would be followed by do while forming the negative of the simple present tense. Okay, I, we, you, they, and plural nouns, they would be followed by do while forming the negative sentence of the simple present tense. And right after them, we shall write not, and then do not would be followed by the first form or infinitive form of the verb. Remember it and always keep it in your mind that do and does are always followed by the infinitive form or the basic form of the verb, which we can see here in these sentences also. Play, play, play. Everywhere we have used what? The first form of the verb without s or es with it. Many of you sent me their exercises and they had done this blunder that they had added s with it, with these subjects also, with do or does also. No, that is something very wrong. Okay, you should not add s or es with the form of the verb when it is followed by do or does. Okay, always keep it in the mind. Always write infinitive form or first form of the verb without s or es. Now come to the next. These subjects like he, she, Ali. You can see these subjects, they are also followed, they are followed by does, not by do. These subject would always be followed, this singular name and these subject he, she, or even it also, by does, and then not, and then first form of the verb, play. You can see there is no s or es with this form of the verb. It is very simple, and then object. Let me handle. This is my request. So this was about the negative structure. It means subject in the beginning, then secondly do or does depending upon the subject, and then not, and then first form of the verb and object. Always remember only first form of the verb into the negative without s or es. Interrogative sentences, again, see the structure please. First of all would come do or does. Here, first you would write word do or does, and do and does would be followed by word subject. Like you can see here, do is in the beginning, and then do is followed by word by the subject. By a subject, I, we, you, they, Ali and Imran, which are the plural nouns. Okay, so do is followed by these subjects only, I, we, you, they, or two or more nouns. Fine. And then would come the first form of the verb, again the first form of the verb without s or es. Can you see any s or es with this form of the verb? You cannot see. But why you make, when you send me the answer, you do this, that do is followed by the first form of the verb, added s with it. That is very wrong. Okay, don't do this mistake again, please. Do is always followed by the first form of the verb without s or es. And then object match in the last, and it would be followed by the question mark. Okay, question mark. Do you play match? Do I play match? If you form the sentences, do I play match? Do we play match? Do they play match? Do Ali and Imran play match? Okay, they all would be preceded, or do would come before these subjects. Now come to the next subject. He, she, Ali is a singular noun, and if even it is it there, it is also a subject which can be used. They would be preceded by does. It means does would come before them while forming the interrogative of the simple present tense. Does he play match? Okay. Does he play match? Does she play match? Does Ali play match? Okay. Did you notice that I did not add s with play? Yes, you must have noticed it, that play is only the infinitive, the first form of the verb without s with it. Okay. So this is the structure for interrogative. It means do or does in the beginning, then subject, then verb, and finally object. Keep this structure for the positive, negative, and interrogative in your mind. In this way, you would be able. And one thing more to remember is that these are the adverbs which are used into the simple present tense. Always, regularly, often, usually, sometimes, every day, daily, at night, noon, rarely, never, in the morning, in the evening. Okay, so these kinds of at night, mostly you would have seen the sentences with these kinds of adverbs. So this is an indication that this is what simple present tense. Okay, so this was all about the practice of the simple present tense. Now let us practice the exercises which I have formed for you for today, and the last one also. Let us see the last one which I gave you as a homework to do at home. Let us see that. Let us discuss that worksheet first, because many of you have confusion about that worksheet also. Yes, as you can see this exercise. Have you done this exercise? Thumbs up, please, if you have done it. Have you done this exercise? Can you see the exercise on your screen? As you can see in this exercise, a teacher dash the students daily. Here you can see the subject. First of all, see the subject. What is the subject? A teacher. A teacher is the subject. So the verb. And what is the verb here? Teach. The verb teach would be with the S form with it, would be followed by the S form with it. So you are going to write here a teacher teaches. I'm going to write the or change the form of the verb. Here the verb in the bracket teach would be changed into teaches. Why? Because the teacher is what? A singular subject, and a singular subject is followed by the singular verb. Singular verb is what? Infinitive form of the verb with S with it. Not sorry, infinitive first form of the verb with S with it. Okay, so here would come or ES with it. Teaches the students daily. Full stop at the end. Don't forget to write it or mark it. This is the indication that this is what? A positive sentence. Now look at the next one. I always dash for the best hope. You can see the subject is what? I. When the subject is I, it is followed by the infinitive. Infinitive or basic form of the verb without S with it. You would write here what? Hope. I always hope for the best. So this is the right option for it. Okay. Come to the next one, lines always. Always you can see this is the adverb which I told you that it is used into the simple present tense. Lines always. Now the verb is what? Eat. The verb is what? This is the verb eat. And which verb we are going to add with it? It means a singular verb or the plural verb. Look at the subject. Subject is what? If singular or plural, obviously the subject is what? Plural. It is not one lion. It is more than one lion, 2 or 3 lions. Lions always eat. So plural subject is followed by the plural verb. It means infinitive form of the verb. So I'm going to write here eat. Lions always eat meat of other animals. Okay. Now come to the next one. Fahad dash in Faisal town, Lahore. Which one is the verb? Live. Look at the subject first. If the subject is singular or plural, the subject is what? Singular. Fahad, only one person. And the singular subject is followed by what? By the singular form of the verb. It means I'm going to write here lives, not live. So I'm going to write here lives, the form of the verb with S with it. The first form of the verb, added S with it. Fahad lives in Faisal town, Lahore. Now, look at the next one. You usually dash school in time. Look at the subject first. Which one is the subject? You. I told you earlier in the last slide that you, I, we, or plural nouns, they are followed by what? By the infinitive form of the verb. So you would be followed by what? Infinitive form of the verb. Where is the verb? Reach is a verb. It would come into its infinitive form. The same form would be here. Okay, you usually reach school in time. Let's move to the next. We really dash very hard. Which one is the subject? We. We is also followed by which form of the verb? Infinitive. And verb is what? Here in the bracket, the verb, infinitive verb would come here. So the infinitive form of verb would come here. These are the answers for your last exercise which I gave you or assigned you in the last week. I'm going to underline all these. Oops. Sorry. Then this, I always hope these are. So this exercise is done by us all. Okay, let us move to the next exercise. Let us check what was the next exercise. This was the next exercise where you were given the departure and the arrival time of the plane. And then you were asked a question into the simple present tense. When the question is into the simple present tense, then the answer likewise would be into the simple present tense. Like the question was, what time does the plane leave Karachi? You can see this very word does. This word does actually shows this is word simple present tense. The question is asked into the simple present tense. Okay, you have as learned in your last slides that in interrogative sentences of the simple present tense does is used. So you are going to give the answer also into the simple present tense. So how you would give the answer for this question? Like this you would give the answer. First of all would come, let us repeat the formula for the positive. What is the formula for the positive of the simple present tense? First comes what? Subject. Then comes what? Verb, and then comes object. This is the formula for the simple present tense or positive sentence of the simple present tense. Whenever you give the answer to any question, always write the answer into the positive tense. Okay, into the positive by giving the answer into positive sentence. Like here, you can write. First of all, you are going to write what? Subject. Which one is the subject here? The plane. The plane is what? The subject. So would write the plane, and now we have written the subject. After the subject, what we write? Verb. Which one is the verb here? Leave. Leave is the verb here. Okay. So we are right after the subject, we are going to write the verb leave. Now, which form of leave would come here? Singular form, because singular subject followed by singular form, leaves. I am going to add s with it, leaves. The plane leaves, and then would come Karachi. After it would come the time at. Now you have to search the time, at what time it leaves Karachi. Departure timing you are going to see. Karachi, it leaves Karachi at 11:30 a.m. So you are going to write the time here at 11:30 a.m. So this is the way you would do the or handle all the answer to this question. Now the next question is, what time does the plane land in London? The same simple present tense, you would give the answer into the positive sentence of the simple present tense. Okay, because it has also been asked into the simple present tense. Fine, this is the way you are going to do this whole worksheet, but this worksheet is not all we are going to do. I'm going to give you some other sentences which you would change first into the negative and then into the interrogative. Let me share those with you so that you could do them before the time is ended for this meeting. You must be able to see this worksheet here on the screen. Please look at this. Now exercises, write the negative interrogative form of the following sentences. Take your notebook, rough notebook or rough paper, and start converting them first into the negative and then into the interrogative. These are the sentences into the positive form of the simple present tense. You are required to change them first into negative and then into interrogative. Please do it quickly. Take your paper and your notebook and start doing this before the time is ended. Do you have the papers? Start doing them or converting them into negative and interrogative. The first one, the first positive sentence is she finishes her homework. If you recall the formula for the negative and interrogative, then you would be able to do it in a right way. What is the formula for the negative? The formula for the negative of the simple present tense is what? Subject in the beginning, and then it is followed by do or does not depending upon the subject. Then do or does not is followed by first form of the verb, and finally would come what? Object. And if there is an adverb, it would come after the object. So look at these sentences, which one is the subject and which one is the verb, and then form it accordingly by using do not or does not. Like here is a subject she. What we are going to use for she? Do not or does not. For certain subject, I told you we use do not, and for the other ones we use does not. Like we use for the subjects we, they, I, or some plural nouns or you, we use do not. And for the subjects like she, he, it, we use what? Does not. This is how you are going to do it. And please share your right sentences of both negative and interrogative to me on my WhatsApp. I'm waiting for you. Even the cell is with me. Hello, ji sir. Assalamu alaikum.